Hello Wargamers, it's me Khan from Tabletop Banter, and in today's video we are going to take a look at the HQ choices for my Word Bearers Legion. And here they are, guys. So my three HQ choices for the Word Bearers. What I'll do is I'll first off start with the two Centurions consoles, and they are on the left and the right, and then I will move on to the Praetor at the very end. And so let's start with the chap on the left, who obviously blends in very nicely with this background. He is my Primus Medicae. Now, obviously you could take an Apothecary and attach that to tactical squads, but what I wanted was Feel No Pain for my Gal Vorbak in particular, and also, my mini Death Star basically, where everyone joins and it becomes quite a blender of a unit, but it's still quite slow. So anyway, I digress. This is my Primus Medicae in Artificer Armour. I don't bother with any of the other upgrades. He is as cheap as he can be whilst being relatively survivable. He's literally just there to dish out Feel No Pain to people like Lorgar, my Gal Vorbak, and these two other HQ choices. There really is nothing fancy at all. Obviously he's got his Narthecium on his left arm, his special backpack filled with vials of different colours, and just a very simple paint job. Actually the first model I built for the Word Bearers, because it was made from spare parts that I picked up from Harry and other stuff I collected, because he bought a sprue of 10, ended up only building 8, and so I used the spare parts. I used also the Narthecium and Apothecary backpack that I had left over from my Raven Wing command squad. So there you go, that's the first chap, and we'll move on to the guy on the right then. He is my second Centurion console. He is a chaplain with the classic Power Maul plasma pistol. The model is it Kurthased model from Betrayal at Kauth, though he represents my chaplain Zaphen. If you've read The First Heretic, he's basically just like, that's my chaplain Zaphen, if you like. He's got Artificer Armour, Burning Law, which basically makes him a level 1 Psyker for 30 points, and a Refractor Field. Obviously got to have himself a little bit of a save, and he's there, obviously, again, another buff kind of. The Centurions I found are really good for buffing, so I've got my Feel No Pain and I've got my Zealot, so they become fearless. They've got Hatred, which is really handy, especially when you are charging in with this big blender of a unit. You want to wipe out whatever you're going up against, and then you want to survive, so you've got this fearless, you've got this Feel No Pain, and obviously the Hatred in combat. He's also not so bad, I suppose, himself. He pumps out a plasma pistol. He sits at the back with the Primus Medicae, though, for the most part. And my third HQ choice that I've painted for my Word Bearers is Argul Tal, my Praetor. So if you've read The First Heretic, you'll know Argul Tal was captain of the Serrated Sons, or chapter master, I think, in the end, and he becomes possessed. So what I wanted to do was use the possessed model, or the Chaos model chosen from the Dark Vengeance kit, where he's got his twin lightning claws, and I was like, that would look really cool with a jump pack. And then I thought, hang on a sec, so I changed out the weapons. So he's carrying just a couple of weapons, basically a blade and a Paragon blade, just to look cool, really. And so he's ominously stepping forwards. He's supposed to look like a very cold individual, sort of bearing down on his opponents. And obviously if you read the book, you notice Argul Tal's deformations, or deformities even, they come more of the mind than they do of the body. So I've got a couple of bits obviously poking out of his shoulder pads and his faceplate sort of stuck on him, I suppose. But the big difference is in his mind. So that's why he's not super changed like some of the Gal Vorbak models. And he's more, so he's basically just a character model for me. I just fell in love with the character. I thought it was a really cool principle, and you see him change throughout the book, and that's really awesome. And I wanted to portray him in my army. So he is my Praetor. He is kitted out, so he's about 230 points. Not a competitive not a competitive loadout by any means, but I wanted to make him someone a bit different. So he has Paragon Blade and a close combat weapon. He has a jump pack. He's got Burning Law for a mastery level 1 Psyker, Artificer Armour, Iron Halo, and then his Paragon Blade is both, it is master crafted, he has melter bombs and digital lasers. So he's very expensive when you add him all up. But in all honesty, I don't mind. He's kind of cool. He's actually pretty useless if I'm honest, because he's in such a killy unit. His attacks just become part of the unit. I'd be better spending those 230 points on another unit of Galvor back. But I think they're really cool. I think he's really cool. So he just runs around and does his own thing sometimes. Also, he's got the 12-inch movement, so he can just jump out of the unit and attack something else if he needs to. Whatever, you know, options are there, and I don't mind options at all. So these are basically my 3 HQ choices that I've put together. For my word bearers, absolutely love that you can take 3 instead of 2 in 40k. I think it's a real boon to 30k gameplay, because characters, for me, make all the difference. I think they make something average into something cool. And obviously what you can see here are the 3 I take in my games, or the 3 I have taken in my game. Should really get round to sort of having another one of those. But yeah, that's it for this video. Just wanted to basically just show you what I bring with my word bearers, and also just kind of share with you how they look. Obviously, you know, for some time I've had these painted, they're all finished. I've got a couple more things to showcase, and I'll get around to hopefully those soon, and then I'll do a full army showcase, and that'll pretty much be it for the Sons of Lorgar series, though you will see them in battle reports, I have no doubt, and potentially some kind of campaign. Kind of working on that one at the moment in my mind, kind of trying to figure a few things out, but hopefully we'll get some kind of cool thing going on with them. But yeah, there you go. Those are my 3 HQ choices. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave those comments in the description below. Let me know what you think. What kind of characters do you enjoy running? Like I said, this is the 3 I always put in my Death Star unit, but that's the way I like to play my word bearers. Everything goes in that Galvor back unit. Lorgar, these 3 characters, and the Galvor back, and I'd love 5 more Galvor back, so I could just take a unit of 10 and then all these characters and just run them up the middle and say deal with this. So yeah, there you go. Like I said, thanks for watching. As ever, don't forget, have fun.